It's week 2 of the National Football League. And we've got J.C. Jackson. He got the QB not once, but twice last week with a pair of interceptions. It's the Chargers and the Ravens, and it's coming up next.
We are just a couple miles east of the LAX airport, just off the 405 and the 105 at the beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Baltimore Ravens and the Los Angeles Chargers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, CDR game featuring a great matchup at the quarterback position. A couple of Pro Bowlers from a year ago. Lamar Jackson of the Ravens, Justin Herbert of the Chargers.
And Brandon, these are the two names in big bold letters on the marquee sign, aren't they? This is why everyone tuned in. This is why we're here. And these are the kind of games where they wind up...
Two teams here fresh off week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020. The man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
It hasn't taken Herbert long to earn this status as one of the league's best and most entertaining passers. He's locked and loaded on every snap, and the second he sees an opening, the ball's soaring downfield. You've got to be on your A game at all times against him. The second you slip up, he's liable to burn you.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, Herbert. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense in every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Running on first down, Eckler. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Herbert. Got an open man, it's Josh Palmer. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 23. Really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
Eckler now between the tackles, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Tackle made at the 21-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Herbert. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is 3rd down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And his kick is good. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground because we know that that was one of their big goals in this game.
And that really goes through the entire offense because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter.
The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest playmakers among quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it, throw it, and scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 18-yard line.
Another run here with Dobbins. And good pursuit yet again by the Chargers as they stuff him behind the line. They lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Well, this defense for the Chargers, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And they needed to be because the game was a game we don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of the game, and each play took on more importance, and they got it done.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Here's Jackson to throw. And this one is incomplete. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 at their own 43. Herbert now. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
It's now 2nd down.
Here's Herbert. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the... Meanwhile here, we do have it.
Let's go, Michelle. What we gotta do here? Let's go. That's right, baby. That's right. Let's go.
UCA.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
On every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's
face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Jackson to Bateman there for the Baltimore first. First carry now for Gus Edwards. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Again, it's Edwards. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Tucker's kick is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field as the offense comes out here, Charles. Maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one.
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
And still in the first half here, a long way to go. Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. More from L.A. in a moment. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now it's Herbert. He's airing it out for Williams. That's caught at the 25. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down at the 25-yard line. A big play there for L.A. 46 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
3-3, a tight one after one on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Up the middle with Eckler. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 48 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Herbert. Over the middle, complete. It's Williams. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. 3rd and goal from the 2, and they're going with a jumbo set offensively. Eckler. And Eckler will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack, going to stop him short of the first down. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Well, let's see what they do. They're knocking on the door here in the 2nd quarter.
And you know what you look at on your play sheet? your two-point conversion plays, because you've drawn up a number of them in today's football. You don't just have one or two for the game. You have more like 6 or 7. Which one do you like here? Because that's essentially what you're going for right now. That spot of the field, call one of those and go get 6.
The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And the Ravens come up big down at their own goal line. They'll run with Edwards here to begin the drive. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Dobbins, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. On 3rd down, Jackson. He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins. And he is out of bounds up around the 14-yard line. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. More from L.A. in a moment. So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14. An option handoff here to Dobbins. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Ravens 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And this would be quite a start for them if they can win 2 straight on the road.
Yeah, the schedule makers didn't do him any favors. They gave him 2 road games right out of the gate. But the thinking on the team has to be, imagine if we win these 2 games. What a setup for the rest of the season for us.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Open man is Bateman. It's complete. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now Jackson. He'll find Bateman once more. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
And the running lane's non-existent in this 1st half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. Here's Jackson. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. Oh, Lamar Jackson just so electric, Charles, when he gets into open space, and we saw Exhibit A right there.
You know something? I'm standing up here in the booth next to you watching the play. He buckled my ankles on that one as well. It doesn't matter whether you're actually on the field trying to chase him or you're just watching him play. This guy is sheer excitement.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now it's Jackson. A slant route caught by Bateman. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it up, usually up to about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
10 yards there, good enough for a Raven 1st down. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On the move to his left. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his second touchdown on the season. And the Ravens go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Now the Chargers hustling, trying to get up and get set. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know what. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. And now they start in plus territory following that turnover as they'll try to get some points here before halftime. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
In my humble estimation, terrific work there defensively. Running back's trying to get wide, get to the sideline, and they beat him to the spot, forced him out of bounds, pretty close to the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And they'll work this down inside the 30. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Jackson sliding out of the pocket. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. Tucker's kick is good, and they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
On 2nd down, it's Edwards. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
It's a gain of 3.
To throw is Jackson. That'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 45 on second down, Jackson. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. A second fake. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. More from L.A. in a moment. Now this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Again, Jackson will keep it. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
The kick is
Tucker
good.
with the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32.
He's brought down at the 31. It's a gain of 7.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Just a gain of a couple there, and it's 2nd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And some room to work. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 74 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Herbert, throw right side is into the hands of his tight end Everett. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd.
Draw play. It's Eckler. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. It's Eckler again. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Herbert on first down now. Throw left side complete. That's Kelly. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
10 more yards. Complete to Joshua Kelly.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble.
Austin Eckler, the ball carrier.
Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4. This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on 3rd and goal. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. This defense continues to be good on 3rd down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown offensively. Are you saying, let's go for this? Let's try to get it in the end zone.
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the big play that you would expect in downs 1 through 3. Why should 4th down be any different? True. You might want to go ahead and kick the field goal and see if you can figure out something else as this game moves on.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will close the gap down to 14. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Now there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Jackson's pass complete to Nick Boyle. A gain of a yard.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. That's going to be caught. It's James Prochet. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against him throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Jackson now. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. The offense on 3rd down, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Jermaine Pratt fighting in and dropping him for the loss. Well, Lamar Jackson, for all the talents of escaping pressure that he possesses, he was helpless to do much of anything there. He had no chance.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And if you're wondering just how quickly that sack occurred, the next-gen stats tell us 2.6 seconds is all he had to throw the football. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10. Just shy of the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This is swung out to Eckler. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Marcus Peters on the
Out of the gun, Herbert. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Patrick Queen got in there to stick him. He gets the sack. But just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And the next-gen stats going to show that sack carried out in just 2.5 seconds from beginning to end. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
They're right now really hoping for a turnover. Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. This to make it a 3-score game late. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. L.A. readies for its next possession. And the complexion of this one has really changed a fair amount. That last field goal makes it a 3-score game, so they need points in a hurry with time dwindling in the 4th quarter. On 1st down, Justin Herbert. It's Williams on the catch. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Allen's got it, complete. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
It's a gain of 2. And the Chargers first down.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. It's complete to Williams. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
That's another Chargers first down.
So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Herbert throwing again. Throw left side is hauled in by Palmer. And the Chargers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Gerald Everett, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Chargers are finally into the end zone here this fourth quarter. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he's got it to about the 40. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on third. Here's Jackson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. 2-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Herbert and the Chargers down by 10. A minute 17 remains. The turnover does give them life, but they still need 2 scores. Throwing, Herbert. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Now we've reached the 1-minute mark in this game. Herbert. He's got Eckler. They find some open field here. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Herbert gonna throw. That is caught. It's Williams. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on first down. Herbert to throw. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a second and long.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside, and they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. Now Herbert. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown. But probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
A couple more minutes, and maybe the outcome of this one, Charles, would have been different, but ultimately time runs out on the comeback, so it falls short, and they hold on to win this by just one possession.
Not the fourth quarter they wanted, but they did earn the win, and they'll be happy about that, and they should be. Now they're going to go back to practice, see what they can do to prevent a future lead from slipping away like this one was.
So for Baltimore, there was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory.